Welcome back, everyone. So, yesterday at approximately 9 a.m. EST, we had a Pokemon Presents for Pokemon Day. These come once a year. They come on Pokemon Day, because Pokemon Day is once a year, obviously. And yeah, so we finally got to see some new stuff, as well as the big reveal, which I'll talk about at the end. So I'm going to kind of try to go in order. I kind of have a list of everything that happened. It might be a little out of order, but I'll talk about the big thing last, so don't worry about that. Anyway, I'm going to kind of speed through some of this stuff, because some of the stuff I really just don't care about. It almost felt like the Presents is more of a way for them to talk about the big thing, but they want to make sure they're also revealing the other parts of Pokemon media other than just the games. So, without further ado, let's get started. So, first thing on my list is Pokemon Masters EX. I don't give a shit. I forgot this game even came out. I forgot it even exists. But they're adding some Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire stuff with May, Brendan, and Steven, with Rayquaza, Groudon, and Kyogre as their origin form type things. I don't know if that's actually what they're called. No, Alpha. They're Alpha, Omega, and I think Delta? Yeah, because that's what they were called, Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire. So, yes, that's pretty cool. Whatever, I don't care, like I said. We had more Pokemon Go news. Black Kyurem and White Kyurem are going to be added as just normal raid battles. Cool, whatever. I haven't touched Pokemon Go in years. It's fun from time to time, but it's never been my focus. I don't really care about it that much anymore. In fact, I'm playing more Pokemon TCG Pocket, which was also something that they showed off with brand new packs for Arceus. They're Arceus-themed packs, meaning they're more Gen 4 stuff. There's a Garchomp EX, an Arceus EX, a Leafeon EX. I opened a couple packs this morning. I got a Leafeon EX, which was pretty cool. But I didn't get anything too interesting. You can get an Arceus promo right now through the challenges, which is pretty cool. But unfortunately, I didn't get that Arceus EX. I'm begging for that Arceus EX. Pokemon Concierge. This was the Netflix series that is still currently up there. They have some free episodes right now on YouTube, and they're going to be adding more episodes to this series starting in September of this year. So I think this show looks really cute, it's very appealing. It's got that stop motion animation. I love stop motion. Wallace and Gromit is so great. Aardman animations are great. So I'm a big stop motion fan. I love stop motion media, so it'll be really cool to watch this. I just gotta set aside some time to watch it. It looks cute, looks fun, looks very campy, so I'm excited for this show to see it and also to see the new episodes. So hopefully it's good. I don't know if it is, but we'll give it a shot sometime. Pokemon TCG, the actual TCG, not TCG Pocket, is adding Mega Evolutions. Now, as far as I'm aware, I think Megas were added back when X and Y first came out, but then they took them out of the packs and they stopped producing them. But now with Legend ZA coming out, there's a lot of Gen 6 stuff, such as Mega Evolutions coming back. So that's pretty cool. I think Megas are really awesome. I think that they're interesting, and they add sort of a twist to the game a little bit. I think with Megas, you get 3 prize cards when you kill them. I do enjoy the Pokemon TCG, by the way, like the actual TCG. I just haven't played it in a while because of how expensive it can be, but with these Megas being added, I might actually get back into it, unfortunately. I don't know if that's a good thing. So the next thing is Pokemon Scarlet and Violet is adding some more Terra Raid battles with the 3 starters, Meowscarada, Skeledirge, and the duck one. I forgot his name, but they got Terra Raid battles. I don't care. Does anybody care about Scarlet and Violet anymore? Those games were fine, but like, come on. Does anybody really care? I don't know. Anyway, Pokemon Champions. I shouldn't have said the name first. I should have talked about what the concept was first. But Pokemon Champions is essentially Pokemon Showdown. For those of you who don't know what Pokemon Showdown is, basically it is a Pokemon battle simulator. A lot of people are into the competitive nature of Pokemon battles other than the TCG, so this is based on the video games. Showdown has like all the regions. You get all kinds of extra stuff. I think Mega Evolutions and Z moves and all that stuff are in there too. You can disable stuff, you can enable stuff. It's really cool. You can make your own teams. Every single region, every single Pokemon. It's amazing, and they do a fantastic job with that. Now, Pokemon Showdown is not official. It is a fan-made Pokemon Battle Simulator, And unfortunately, Game Freak never attempted this until now with Pokemon Champions. Pokemon Champions, you'll be able to get it on your mobile phone or your Nintendo Switch. I don't know if it's free. I think it is free, but you can connect it to Pokemon Home, Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, and Pokemon Go. So in that way, you can also transfer your teams that you could have had back from like Gen 3, assuming you transferred them to Pokemon Bank and then to Pokemon Home. That's pretty cool. I think that's awesome. It's very open to people making their teams again. I don't know how it's going to work if you don't already have Pokemon. Are you going to just get like random Pokemon or something, or be able to choose your Pokemon? I don't know. It's going to be interesting though. I'm just going to say this right now though. If they want to pull this off and make it actually turn out good, you have to include every single Pokemon. You cannot cheap out. You cannot say, oh, well, we're going to cut half the national dex. No. You have to have every single Pokemon, because otherwise somebody's going to be like, well, I like using this Pokemon in my competitive comp. And Game Freak's going to be like, oh, well, sorry. And then they're going to go to Pokemon Showdown. So, yeah, no, Game Freak, you gotta include every single Pokemon, or else it's gonna suck. It's gonna suck, just straight up. And I think it's a really cool concept. I think it's a really cool game. I have a couple of friends who are extremely into Pokemon battling. So I'm really happy for those people if they're gonna give it a shot. But I'll try it if it's free. I've never been huge into Pokemon battling, at least for the video games. Once again, I like the TCG. But it's cool that there's that option now. Once again, it's in an official format. So hopefully it'll get grand updates, and it'll just be really good, right? I mean, Pokemon's never done anything bad, so it'll probably be good, right? Pokemon Unite is adding some more Pokemon to the game. We are getting Suicune, Alolan Raichu, and Alcremie. I think that's how you say it. I hate that fucking Pokemon. I'm really happy about Suicune. Suicune's one of my favorite legendaries. She's just cool, and plus the fact that Suicune actually got his own game with Pokemon Crystal, that's pretty damn cool. But Alolan Raichu, I don't know why they specifically went with that one. Maybe because he's on a surfboard and that's fucking sick as hell. I don't know. They could have just won normal Raichu, but they clearly wanted to do Alolan, so alright, sure. And Raichu's not in the game yet, so it actually makes a lot of sense. And Alcremie, once again, don't care. Whatever. Alcremie's fine. I'm not super into Pokemon Unite like I used to be, but I remember whenever a new Pokemon would launch, they'd be broken. I'll probably try out Suicune, because Suicune's cool. Once again, he's one of my favorite Pokemon. And yeah, I just know that they're going to be completely busted when they come out at launch, at least. So that'll be fun. That'll always be fun. That's always good. And people are going to pay to get Suicune right off the bat. Pay like $10,000 to get Suicune day one so they can beat everybody in the game. So I love Pokemon Unite. There was also some minor updates to Pokemon Sleep and Pokemon Cafe Remix. Pokemon Sleep's adding Darkrai, which is kind of ironic considering Darkrai gives you nightmares. I thought the idea of Pokemon Sleep was to get better sleep, but okay, whatever you say. And actually, I'm kind of curious why it took so long to add Darkrai. Darkrai is kind of like an obvious pick for a character for Pokemon Sleep, but I don't know. It's Game Freak. And Pokemon Cafe Remix is adding they're adding a new meal or something. I don't care. Who cares? Who cares? Is anybody fucking playing these games? I mean, clearly somebody is, because they want to keep making them otherwise, right? So, the meat and potatoes of this direct was clearly Pokemon Legends ZA. This was announced back at the last Pokemon Presents back in February of 2024. It was slated to release in 2025, and it still is slated to release in 2025. No specific release date, but they said late 2025, so if I had to guess, probably a holiday title. That's pretty cool. I'm happy that they're taking the time to work on the game. I think it looks pretty good from what I saw in terms of gameplay. I do want to talk about the graphics for a minute, though. There's been some discourse online about how this game looks, and I'm going to have to be on the side of I don't think it looks great. Firstly, it's using the Scarlet and Violet engine, and I hate the Scarlet and Violet engine so much. It makes the shadows look like pixelated garbage. It looks awful, and the models, I don't know, it just looks like a game from 2006 on the Xbox. It's like, stop. Just make a game look like it's actually supposed to be from 2025. I don't know. And Pokemon's one of the largest grossing franchises of all time, by the way. So please don't give Pokemon benefit of the doubt. Don't give Game Freak the benefit of the doubt. They should have the money and the resources to fucking do this. They're just too cheap to make these games as amazing as they can be. With that said, though, I will say the game does look pretty fun. The battling is interesting. It's going to be real time this time. So you're going to be physically running around the battlefield, avoiding Pokemon attacking you while also commanding your Pokemon to attack them. That's pretty awesome. That's pretty cool. I think that it's always interesting to think about in the Pokemon universe. Hey, what if somebody's standing in the middle of a Pokemon fight, right? So obviously you're going to eat shit if you're standing in the middle of like 2 flamethrower attacks, right? So it's interesting that they're actually utilizing such a concept. The starters they chose this time were interesting. Totodile, Chikorita, and Tepig. Weird lineup. 2 Gen 2 starters and 1 Gen 5 starter. Now with the last game, Pokemon Legends Arceus, you had Oshawott, Rowlet, and Cyndaquil. You had 1 Gen 2 starter and 1 Gen 5 starter and 1 Gen 7 starter, which actually made sense because you got a nice disperse of Pokemon there. Why are they doing 2 Gen 2 starters and 1 Gen 5 starter? I feel like you could have done a different region for the third one, but whatever. I mean, it's fine. I'm gonna go Totodile. I'm a huge Totodile fan. He was one of my favorite Pokemon from Gen 2, so it'll be cool to have Totodile back. But I will say I am a little disappointed that they didn't do like Piplup or Mudkip. Oh, Mudkip would have been so cool, or Torchic. I don't know. Might just be me, but for a little context though, I do really enjoy Legends Arceus a lot. I just felt like the game's battle system was kind of mid, but the real-time throwing Pokeballs and exploring the world and everything, it felt really good. I felt like the game was also lacking in cities. It was more about like the open world fields and nature and stuff. So for this game to be entirely set in a city this time, that's pretty cool. That's actually pretty cool. I kind of like that. I think it could use a little variety. Like I said, this is one of the highest grossing franchises of all time, and I think that they could absolutely make this giant city while also making outside areas. But I'm not going to be too big. I'll be fair. It's going to be one city. You're going to have little wild zones with different Pokemon. And they're taking a lot of the lore from Pokemon X and Y with AZ returning as a main character. But yeah, I mean, it looks pretty good. I think it's cool that it looks like you're going to be able to actually go in some buildings. Wow, that's a compliment. Being able to go inside buildings in a video game? What the heck? And the city does look pretty unique and interesting. Lumio City from X and Y was actually pretty damn small. So I'm happy that they're actually expanding it and making it feel like an actual city. They're expanding the formula for Legends Arceus. What really worked with that game? So I'm very, very happy that they're expanding on that formula, and they're improving the battles. The battles in Legends Arceus were very straightforward, very boring, very straightforward, very easy, just not really that interesting. So I'm happy that now they're finally putting a focus on the battles, and the battles are going to be way more interesting. Being able to stand in the middle of a fight while trying to dodge their attacks is pretty damn cool. And it looks like moves are going to be on cooldown, and you're going to be able to actually have real-time action here. This is something I've wanted from Pokemon for a very long time now. So I'm happy they're embracing that, and hopefully this game's really good and we get more Legends games that improve even further beyond that. Maybe a Legends Kyurem or something like that, you know, with the Gen 5 Legends game. I don't know. It's all up in the air right now. How this game's going to be, how is it going to perform. For the love of God, please don't be completely broken like Scarlet and Violet. I'm praying this game is good. They are taking way longer to develop this game. So all I can say is I'm hoping for the best for Legends ZA, and I hope that it's fun. So yeah, that was basically the Pokemon Presents. I thought it was pretty good. Pokemon Legends ZA looks really fun. I'm excited to play that. I just wish the graphics looked better, because man, looking at this game, it's not pretty. It really is not pretty. It looks better than Scarlet and Violet, absolutely, but it still doesn't look great. And listen, if you think it looks good, I'm happy for you. That's great. That's awesome. I actually think Legends Arceus looks better than this game, though, because at least that game had kind of a style to it. While I think that it looked kind of ugly at points, I think the game had a style to it. It was very cel-shaded with some watercolor backgrounds. It looked way more interesting. This looks like just a generic 3D Pokemon look-alike. I don't know. And it's supposed to be an actual Pokemon game, so... Yeah, I mean, it was fine. This was a fine Pokemon Presents. I am excited for Legends ZA. I think the new TCG change with the Megas coming back is going to be interesting. Pokemon Concierge looks pretty good. Pokemon Unite adding more characters. And TCG Pocket adding more packs was always a nice thing for me. So I hope everyone else enjoyed this Presents, and I hope that ZA is really good. And I also hope you enjoyed the video. So as I wasn't lying here, I did come back. I wanted to talk about this yesterday, but man, oh man, was yesterday a busy day for me. So it would have been nice to actually talk about it yesterday when this was brand new news, but better late than never, right? So I'm going to get to playing some Monster Hunter Wilds because that game just came out today. I'm very excited to try it out. So with that said, I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one.